Are we live? Hey there, Nancy Chapin here with Windermere Mount Baker. I am at 1806 South Lane Street. We got the neighbors cleaning up their yard today. I wish I was home mowing my lawn today, but I will be a little later. But for right now, I just want to show you around this amazing 1910 home. Let's go inside so I can, you can hear me a little bit better. But before we do that, just like with any showing these days, we got to be a little COVID sensitive. So here we go. Got our little handy mask on. I'm going to put some gloves on. So gloves are provided here at the house, so if somebody's wanting to tour and doesn't have their own gloves, we've got that here for you. We don't have your own mask, so hopefully if you want a private tour, you'll bring your own mask. You'd think I was an old pro at this. Alrighty. Are you ready? Let's go inside. Come on up. I've got my handy photographer here. I have to say, it's the first time I've had somebody else shoot a Facebook Live for me. I'm super excited about it. Come on in. So it's, as you can see, this place has so much light. It is bright. It is open. It is just beautiful. And the sellers have been here for about 22 years. And they have loved this house like nobody's business. All the updates are amazing. And in addition to this being such a beautiful house, it's also about location. So it's Judkins Park, actually Jackson Place, but a lot of people don't know where Jackson Place is. And what it is kind of between 23rd Avenue South and Rainier. And it's just sitting up on this hill a little bit here on South Lane Street. It is 0.6 miles to the streetcar that gets you up to First Hill and all of that goodness. And then it's also 0.7 miles from the upcoming light rail station at Judkins Park. And it has a ton of transit nearby as well. So I know people aren't doing a lot of transit right now, but there will be a time when you're going to want that again. So great, great aspects of that house. So let me show you the living room. So here we are. We've got fir floors and beautiful open space, great windows. I'm going to let you just take a little picture of that. Most of the windows are all updated from various time frames. We've got 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, 720 finished square feet, and then another 720 square feet of fabulous storage downstairs, as well as a garage in back for more storage. So, and really, this place lives large. So come on, let me show you the bedroom. Come this way with me. So one of the other things I love about this house is that both of the bedrooms, go ahead and pan, have almost 10-foot high ceilings. Isn't that great? So you could also take out this wall between the living room and this front bedroom if you wanted a more open space. You got a little possessed gimbal here, so we'll just see how it goes. But if you wanted more open space, you could do that. But really, I think having the 2 bedrooms is really awesome. Whether you use this as a bedroom or an office, anything you want. But it is a great space, and it has good light. And as I said, really high ceilings. And you've got a closet around this way. Just a little closet with all my stuff in it. So come on with me and we'll see. So one of the other things I love about this floor plan is that, well, you've got the living room here. It's nice and open between the living room and the dining room, and then open to the kitchen as well. The other thing about this dining room is it is a full-size dining room in that you can get easily a table that seats 6, and really you could probably, if you wanted to host some kind of party, I know we're going to host dinner parties again someday. You'll be ready for it. So you could do even a bigger table here if you wanted to. But how many properties can you go into that are of this compact, efficient space where you really have a dining room? I've seen so many where all you get is like a tiny like barely room for a tiny little, what are those called? Cafe tables. But this is for real. And this really cool light. Come here, I want to show you the light. So this is all counterbalanced. So if you wanted to have the lights higher, you just go like that. Or you just lift it up and they come back down. Isn't that just the coolest light fixture? I love that kind of stuff. And that's kind of the quality that these folks have done to the house. So I'm going to tour a little bit more and tell you a little bit more as we go through. So oftentimes when people are thinking about buying a 1910 house, their biggest concern is, do we have a question? Oh, people are just on. Well, that's exciting. Hi, whoever's on. People are concerned sort of about the condition, like, oh, it's an old house. Maybe I want a brand new townhouse instead. If you want that, you might want to think twice because this house has all those updates. So the electrical's been done. The plumbing's been updated. We have solar power panels up on top. We've got a tankless hot water heater. We've got a electric mini split. For those of you who don't know what that is, it is an incredibly efficient way of heating and, are you ready for this? Cooling. So it works both as furnace and as air conditioning. I have to say I had some of those put in my house this last year. Oh my God, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So, and the house has been fully insulated. In 2012, I think it was, they did the house audit with Puget Sound Energy where they come in and say, here are all the things you could do to make your home more energy efficient. And these owners, God love them, they did it all. When we get to the basement, I'll show you what some of those involved. So coming this way, we've got, again, sort of that openness between kitchen and dining room. So many of the, when I'm out with buyers and we're looking at properties, especially newer stuff, one of the things that people like is that ability to be in the kitchen, but also be connected to what else is going on in the house. So this openness between the living room or kitchen and dining room, I think really does a nice job of that without having to be in a new construction house to get that. It's so weird. I can't see you and I can't smile at you. I mean, I am smiling. Do you know it? Can you tell I'm smiling? Can you see it in my face? Anyway, so here's the kitchen. We've got newer appliances, a new Whirlpool washer that's like really new, newer counter depth. This is one of those great high efficient, like totally did not go on the cheap on that. Other big updates that folks have done is back in 1999, this house, actually I'm going to show you the picture. Let me find the picture. Nope. So here's the picture of what the house looked like in 1939. Can you get that without the glare? Isn't that amazing? Oh my God. And then by 1952, the biggest change was that they had switched to asbestos siding, which was very typical of the time. But as y'all know, we've since learned having asbestos siding may not be exactly what everybody wants. So these folks in 1999 had all of that removed and put new cedar siding on the sides. So super excellent for that. We also have in cabinet lighting in that back corner glass cabinet. And here's one of the other things that I think, sorry, recorded. So we've got the ability to also have a little place to sit and have our coffee in the morning. And if you turn around, here, let me show you over here. When you're sitting there, that's what you're looking at is sky. A little bit of roof, but mostly sky. One of the other things I love about this house, and I probably am going to say that a million times today because there's so many things I love about this house, is oftentimes when you're in the city and the houses are close together, you really feel sort of that presence of everybody right next to you. And this house really doesn't have that. You're sitting above this other house so that you really get mostly sky. If you went up a floor, you would get a lot more than just sky. And in the backyard, you get a little bit more than that too, but we'll get there. What else do I want to tell you about the kitchen? I'm sure there are other things, but we're going to keep going. How we doing, everybody? Any questions? Okay. Come this way with me. So now we're heading into bedroom number 2, which is one of my favorite rooms. Again, the ceiling is almost 10 feet tall. And the best thing about this room also looks out on the garden. And when you get to the garden, you're going to understand why that is such a cool thing, because it is such a beautiful garden. And then we've got this fun divided light doors into the closet. You know how they did this? Because this is sort of a unique size and they wanted the openness. They used the kinds of windows that are usually, what are they called, tram? I think it's called tram. They're the panels that typically go in front of the front, or not in front of, that would be silly, alongside of the front door. Anyways, they use those right there. Super smart. And so we've got the mini split for heating out in the main areas, and we've got wall heaters in both of the bedrooms. And then we're going to go to the beautiful remodeled bathroom. So what I love about this was done in 2019. It is really hard to shoot the video on this, I just know, because it's a closed space. So I'm going to let my videographer just do a little pan. This was done in 2019. Again, one of the things I love about it is it is open and clean and just enough space to let you do what you got to do in here. It also has radiant floor heats. God. I swear to God, when I wear this mask, there must be some lack of oxygen because I just get goofy. Radiant heat tile floors. Is that right? Okay, so moving along. Sorry, that was kind of close. Okay, now here are the little things that you don't often see, but I just want to point out, like we were going through a house, because I want you to see all the details. So this goes out to the backyard, also to the basement. Obviously, it is a house where you got to be really efficient about space. So for these folks, they wanted a place that was kind of like a mudroom to be able to stop and put your shoes on and off. So check this out. So they created this little shelf that also has a little hinge thing so it goes. I guess it doesn't go down more than that. But a perfect place to sit. God, I hope it. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe that's not what that's for.
Keep your shoes?
No, or to keep your shoes. And then there's great storage here. There's some nice galvanized, just good places to hang stuff. Like these guys used every inch of this house, and I love that. So let's head down to the basement. So for folks who are trying to buy into this Judkins Park / Jackson Place neighborhood, one of the things you have to compromise on if you want to live here is mostly your options are townhouses or condos. And if your heart doesn't sing, if your soul doesn't want you to buy a condo or townhouse, then this kind of house is a good option for you. And one of the reasons is because you will never get 720 square feet of storage in a condo or townhouse. So this is pretty good ceiling height, just saying. You might not finish it off, but it's certainly usable space. House comes with an extra deep freezer because, let's face it, that freezer upstairs was a little small, especially if you are trying to be, one of those people who buys a whole lot of stuff. Large capacity washer and dryer. Updated 200 amp electrical panel. Let's just show you how beautiful that is. It's so lovely. All of this was done so well. I just love that. We also have, coming this way, your tankless hot water heater with a circulating pump. So you've got on-demand hot water. If you lived in my household, that would be super important. We don't have that. So here's part of what I want to show you regarding the insulation. So when they did the energy audit, behind all of this is insulation, but they also did things like, I don't even know what it's called, but it's all that stuff to really tighten up the efficiency so you don't have, I mean, one of the, myths about old houses is that they breathe a lot, they're drafty, they're not very energy efficient, and that is not true with this house. So, got a little extra corner of storage here, a little place over here. If you wanted to have a desk or an office down here, you could totally do it. Sorry, moving in the same direction. So you've got a little desk space if you wanted. Again, whether you want to use this as a workout space, workshop, just where you put all your stuff. I don't know about you, I have kind of a lot of stuff. So I think that's all I want to tell you about the garage, or about the basement. So let's go outside, shall we? Excellent. I have a whole list of things I want to tell you about the house. It's also zoned, for those of you who care about these things, it is zoned RSLM. So what that means is that if somebody wanted to, in the future, add a detached additional dwelling unit, they could do that. It would be something you'd put off the alley that's out along the back property line. But look at this yard. Oh my God, I love this yard. Love, love, love it. So it is fully fenced, and it has all sorts of amazing, amazing plants. It's really a gardener's garden, gardener's delight, in that you've got espaliated, is that how you say that word? I think so. Something like that. Apples along that fence line. I don't think that's actually the word, but it's something like that. Yeah. Roses, all the a lot of the plants are marked. We've got raspberries, blueberries, some raised garden in the back. This whole front area here that looks like it's just dirt was actually packed with tulips, but it's sort of past tulip time, so we decided to clean that up before we came on. So a couple other things about condition of the house is that the roof was replaced in 2012. Got that guy working in the yard again. And it was a full tear-off. So again, just trying to think of what else. Remodel, blah, blah, blah. So let's just take a little bit of a look. Oh, one of the other things people often want to know about with older houses was what happened to the old oil tank, and so that was decommissioned. So we have the documentation for that too. They're so organized. So let's just take a little bit of a tour up this way. Watch your step there. Because part of what I want you to see is what's up from this corner. So I'm going to actually have you hop around in this corner and just pan this beautiful, all the way so that they can see that peekaboo view of the mountains. It's a peekaboo. But between that townhouse and the other roof, there's some mountains, there's some city. I was here last night turning off the lights, and the PacMed building was lit up, and it's so beautiful. This is just such an amazing garden. We also have the rainwater barrels for efficiency. So really, again, an earth-friendly neighborhood, or an earth-friendly house and garden. Let's keep walking this way a little bit. So behind us here, is the backside of the garage. It is a one-car garage, except here's the deal. It's a 1910 garage, and while it is defined as a garage, it's not really suitable for parking a car in there right now. But in a minute, I'm going to show you why it's still an amazing benefit. Pretty sure consulting with a contractor could get you some information about what you could do to shore that up to be able to put a car in there. But I just want to be clear. But there is parking out behind the garage. So, but there is a little bit of storage down here. You know, you might put some garden tools there. But if you are a gardener, come this way. Feel free to show the yard because it's just so beautiful. I forget what kind of tree this is. Plum, maybe? So we have raised beds, all sorts of edible stuff. We've got herbs, black currants, again, all sorts of stuff. I have no idea. I think this is rhubarb. That looks like rhubarb. And that is more black currant. So before we go up to show you the inside of the garage, and then we'll show you the parking in the back alley, I just want my videographer to show you this super cute little greenhouse potting station. So again, if you are a gardener, who isn't going to love that? Then turn around. Let's take a look. See that gorgeous, I don't know about you, but the view of Pac Med, especially at night, is just lit up like nobody's business. The yard really is spectacular. I would totally agree. So, in the name of even more, in addition to just being spectacular, we also want to just show you how amazing the extra storage is. So often I think buyers looking in this neighborhood and this price point are really looking at condos or townhouses. And there's just no way you get this kind of storage. So one of the things that buyers are often asking me when they are looking at a townhouse is, well, that's great, nice inside space, but where do I put my bike, my kayaks, my skis, maybe my motorcycle or my scooter, and all those other toys? And there isn't room. But there is here. Come on, let me show you. Oh, we're going to let the camera adjust, but look at this. You've got tons of space. You've got electricity out here with your shop light. So you could really, it's all yours. What do you want it to be? So the other thing that people often want to know about is parking. So let me show you. Let me show you our options. Since you're not going to park in the garage, one possibility is if you go out the back gate to the alley, and I'm going to lose you there. Just going to show you where I park. So these folks have been parking right here. You're out of the alley, so you're good. And the neighbor parks on the, to the other side of the car. So it's a great place to have off-street parking. Isn't that amazing? Who wouldn't want to live here? That's what I don't get. So come on along. Let's go back in. Anybody have any questions? I pretty feel like I've told you an awful lot about the house. Oh, maybe I should tell you the price and what the process is. So at this point, we are reviewing offers next Tuesday, the 19th. And we are, the list price on this, who wants to guess? Anybody out there want to guess? Okay, I'll just tell you. $638,500. $638,500 for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, really completely to dial in. Gorgeous house. So all I got to tell you, it's beautiful here. If you want to have your own personal showing, just reach out to me or to your broker, or if you want more information about it, same thing, reach out to your broker. If you don't have one, feel free to reach out to me. And thank you so much for joining me and taking a look at the house. I hope it answers all your questions, and if it is the kind of house you've been dreaming of, just let me know. Thanks again. Bye-bye.